BENN faces a third misconduct charge. Taxi driver found guilty of raping a minor. GPF investigates multi-million-dollar forged GRA checks. In the region, Chile's new constitution seats for indigenous groups ahead of vote. And internationally, India COVID-19 cases above 24 million as mutant spreads across the region. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The Ghana Police Force are investigating a multi-million-dollar forged GRA checks. Here's more. The Ghana Police Force has launched an investigation into allegations of a multi-million-dollar fraud involving the forgery of 3 checks totaling over $23 million belonging to the Ghana Revenue Authority. According to reports, checks that are written out for millions of dollars were allegedly cashed at 2 separate locations of the same commercial bank. The Commissioner General of GRA, Godfrey Stacia, confirmed that the checks are not authentic GRA checks and assumed that this attempt may be a collusion or gross negligence among GRA officials, employees of the bank, and the alleged fraudsters. It is customary for checks that are issued by GRA to be stamped, not negotiable. GRA is requesting the Bank of Ghana to not accept the withdrawal from its account and to not honor the payments, since the commercial bank must be held liable for the act. Crime Chief Wendell Blanham has confirmed that several persons are in custody as the investigation continues. Construction firm BK International will have to return the sand removed from the number 63 beach in Berbice. The sand forms part of the beach's defense. On Wednesday, Minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Deodat Indar, visited the area where the engineering company has been removing the sand since early May for works in other parts of the region. According to the minister, quote, "It seems a private residence is claiming ownership for the reef and purportedly give permission to remove the sand from the reef. The reef falls under the remit of the Sea Defense Board, of which no permission was given. The matter is being addressed by the Sea Defense Board for remedial action." End of quote. Minister Indar also stated that during the removal of the sand by BK International, significant damage has been done to the earthen dam leading up to the front of the sea defense. The defense, which was once smooth, is now destroyed due to the heavy tractors traversing the area. The company was issued a cease order, which also requested that the contractors refill the site from where the sand was removed. Stick around, we've got more news for you after the break.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hurry down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets for all your holiday shopping. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. Specials on 65-inch and 55-inch Hisense TVs, Samsung French door fridges, Black & Decker appliances, iron, rice cookers, 2 and 4 slice toasters, coffee makers, kettles, and toaster ovens. queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses, German-made pressure pot in 5, 6, 7 and 9 liters, 12 pieces pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans, Samsung smart stoves, sale 5 to 15% off store-wide.
Welcome back. Former Commissioner of the Ghana Lands and Survey Commissions, Trevor BENN, appeared before Magistrate Leron Daly at the Georgetown Magistrates Court today, charged with the offense of misconduct in public office concerning the sale of state land to Seavon's Waste Management Incorporated. It is alleged that between October 1st, 2018 and August 31st, 2020, BENN willfully misconducted himself by implementing a sale of a parcel of land at Plantation Le Repentir to Seavon's Waste Management Incorporated for 80 million Ghana dollars. According to Chief Executive Officer of Seavon Waste Management Incorporated, Morse Archer, his company followed all the guidelines and legal procedures in the purchase of a plot of land that the government is now seeking to repossess. He claimed the land was purchased from GL and SC in 2018 for $100 million, of which $80 million has already been paid. BENN was not required to plead to the charge and was released on $100,000 bail. This is BENN's third offense of alleged misconduct in public office. He is also before the court for his involvement in multi-million-dollar land deals at Ogle, East Coast Demerara, Mandela Avenue and Aubrey Barker Road, South Renville. A taxi driver was found guilty of raping a minor. Here's Justice Sobers with more.
On Thursday, 33-year-old taxi driver Damon Asana, called Demon, was found guilty of raping a 13-year-old schoolgirl in 2015. Asana was on trial before Justice Brassington Reynolds at the Sexual Offense Court of the Demerara High Court on 3 counts of rape. It was stated that in January, October, and November of 2015, he engaged in sexual penetration with a minor. According to reports, Asana is known to the victim and her family, and during January 2015, he lured her out of her home and raped her near a fowl pen. Some 9 months later, while the minor was returning home after running some errands for her mother, Asana allegedly raped her again. On December 7, 2015, the teen became ill at school. A visit to the city hospital revealed that she was 7 weeks pregnant. At that point, the teen confided in her mother what had transpired. The jury of 12, after deliberating for 2 hours, returned a not guilty verdict on the first 2 counts but found Asana guilty on the 3rd count. Asana will return to court on June 3rd. His sentencing is pending the presentation of a probation report. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The Ministry of Health regrettably informs that 2 more persons who tested positive for the novel coronavirus have died. This takes the total number of deaths from the pandemic to 335. A total of 36 deaths have been recorded over the past 14 days. The latest fatalities are 2 males, a 69-year-old from Region 10 and a 70-year-old from Region 4. They both died while receiving care at the medical facility. The Ministry of Health expresses sincere condolences to the families of the 2 deceased and will make every effort to provide all the necessary support during this difficult time to render any assistance needed. The ministry is also appealing to the general public to respect the confidentiality of the 2 deceased and their families and to allow them to mourn their tragic loss in peace. All Guyanese are reminded to observe the protocols of the COVID-19 emergency. If anyone is displaying any of the symptoms associated with COVID-19 or need any additional information, you can contact the COVID-19 hotline on 231-1166 or you can visit the website at www.health.gov.gy. As the number of positive cases and deaths continue to rise in Guyana, the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, continues to encourage persons to take the COVID-19 vaccine and stated that the government aims to establish 100 vaccination sites across the nation. Don't go away. After the break, we have your regional and international news.
Hurry down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets for all your holiday shopping. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. Specials on 65-inch and 55-inch Hisense TVs, Samsung French door fridges, Black & Decker appliances, iron rice cookers, 2 and 4 slice toasters, coffee makers, kettles, and toaster ovens. Queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses, German-made pressure pot in 5, 6, 7, and 9 liters, 12 pieces pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans, Samsung smart stoves, sale 5 to 15% off store-wide.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here?
Hi guys, my name is MISCONDUCT and I'm the senior teacher at the Treasure After School program. Due to the spread of the coronavirus and the need for social distancing, we have moved our in-class learning activities to online via Skype. On the online site, we will be focusing on spelling, phonics, reading, and the National Grade 6 assessments. For more information, you can inbox us or call us.
Contact us on 675-4379.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. In the region, Chileans are heading to the polls later this week to elect a new group of people who will draft a new constitution. And there is hope that this could be a crucial first step towards solving an increasingly explosive conflict. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
For centuries, indigenous Mapuche have chased after wild horses here in the Biobío region of south-central Chile. 44-year-old Adán Romero Cheuquepil still does. But he's now preparing to chase something far more elusive.
Chile's current constitution denies the very existence of indigenous people. It says that Chile is a monocultural country. So that is our first challenge, not only to be recognized as a people, but to obtain historic recognition of the genocide carried out against the Mapuche by a colonial state that has to Chileanize the native people to create a homogenized country at an irreparable cost for our own people.
Romero's father was a revered community lonco, or chief. Before he died earlier this year, he asked his son to take his place as a candidate to fill one of the 7 seats allocated to the Mapuche in the upcoming Constitutional Convention.
We believe that first there has to be a historic recognition of what happened to generate justice and reparation and compensation for the damage done to our people, just like the German state has done to compensate victims of the Holocaust.
The indigenous Rapa Nui people on Easter Island. To the Aymaras in northern Chile will have seats at the convention, but the largest number is reserved for the Mapuche, the most numerous, the most dispossessed, and the most combative indigenous people in the country. ¡Qué terrible! Armed Mapuche groups have been carrying out widespread and increasingly violent attacks in the greater Araucanía region to drive out Chileans from ancestral territory that they want to reclaim. Many communities are taking over land by force. Many indigenous communities like this one have long distanced themselves from the Chilean state and are promoting their own institutions in open defiance of the Chilean government. A great many Mapuche communities say that after years of broken promises, they distrust the whole process, while others say that they simply find it irrelevant. But Mapuche writer and activist Pedro Cayuqueo, who is also a constitutional candidate, believes this is a historic opportunity to find a political solution to the conflict.
The recognition of plurinationality in the new constitution opens the way for indigenous nations to demand internal self-determination. It implies exercising their cultural rights and defining and administering their economic resources, which currently is impossible.
The new constitution won't solve the current conflict or heal deep old wounds overnight. But hopefully, official recognition of Chile's indigenous culture and its linguistic and spiritual wealth will be an important first step. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Lonquimay, Chile.
And internationally, U.S. President Joe Biden says the East Coast fuel shortages will end in a few days as the country's largest fuel pipeline network is restarted. Colonial Pipelines was hit by a cyber attack last week, affecting supplies and causing panic buying. The firm reportedly paid hijackers $5 million in untraceable cryptocurrency as ransom. Al Jazeera's Patty Cohan reports.
A major oil pipeline shut down and the government told people not to panic. It didn't work. Videos like these are all over social media, prompting a government agency to warn this is a really bad idea. The plastic will melt and bad things can happen. But all along the East Coast, people waited in long lines to get gas, and some stocked up in any container they could find. Again, bad idea. But the panic could soon be subsiding. The pipeline that was shut down after hackers infiltrated the computers of Colonial Pipeline has been restarted. There are reports that the company paid almost $5 million in ransom.
It continues to be the position of the federal government, the FBI, that it is not in the interests of the private sector for companies to pay ransom because it incentivizes these actions.
And President Joe Biden has signed an executive order demanding that everyone selling software to the federal government has to meet certain cybersecurity standards. But Biden says he can't make private companies do the same.
Private entities are in charge of their own cybersecurity. And we know what they need. They need greater private sector investment in cybersecurity. And that's why we launched a new public-private initiative in April.
Even with the oil flowing again, it will take days or weeks to refill the tanks. With half of all gas stations dry in Georgia, almost 70% in North Carolina, and almost 73% in Washington, D.C., as people continue to panic buy and more stations run dry, reinforcing the idea that there is something to worry about, regardless of what the government says is a very bad idea for a temporary problem. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.
And finally, India's surge in COVID-19 infections has spilled over to its neighbors. It is making South Asia the epicenter of the latest coronavirus wave. Al Jazeera's Florence Loy reports.
Nepal's health services are overwhelmed. In government hospitals, doctors are treating patients on corridor floors and in waiting rooms. Several other hospitals in the capital, Kathmandu, have had to turn away new patients because of a lack of beds and oxygen. The Himalayan country is reeling from a second wave of infections that started last month after migrant workers returned from India. In the last few days, it's recorded its highest number of new cases and deaths.
Our biggest enemy right now is COVID-19. To fight this big enemy, the nation needs to come together and all the forces need to unite for the battle.
Pakistan, already battling a third wave, imposed the most severe restrictions in over a year, by ordering a 9-day shutdown during the Eid holiday.
Our businesses have been affected due to the early and strict lockdown by the government, but now slowly we are recovering by following the standard precautions.
The government fears it too may not be able to cope if cases surge due to a possible lack of ventilators and oxygen. Bangladesh's second wave appears to have peaked. The country was averaging around 100 deaths a day in the third week of April.
Besides the 2 graves of my immediate family members that you can see here, there are many other graves of my relatives, friends and their family members. It's really heartbreaking.
Tough restrictions imposed mid-April have helped to bring numbers down. But health experts fear the virus may surge again after tens of thousands defied a travel ban to return home for Eid celebrations this week. Bangladesh health authorities detected the highly infectious Indian coronavirus variant last week. Amnesty International says the new surge in cases poses a huge challenge to a region that's already struggling to vaccinate its population. It's urging the international community come together to ensure equitable access to vaccines. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. And that is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, stay safe and take care.